Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4 as we are playing as Great Britain. So at the end of the last episode I asked you guys which of the two factions between the Ottoman faction and the German one should we join for this campaign and finally get involved in this larger conflict that has broken out. Now I'm recording this episode only 10 hours after the last one came out, so unfortunately most of you guys haven't had a chance to watch that video, let alone post a comment with your opinion. That's just an unfortunate aspect about waiting for your guys' input. But as of right now, the Central Powers is 2 votes ahead of the Ottomans, so that's the route we're going to try and go. So we will be declining this here. And I saw many arguments, good arguments for both factions. Those who voted for the Ottomans, they didn't like the fact that the Germans had declared war in South Africa, so they're kind of concerned that Germany might try and get control of that. I don't think that'll be an issue because we should be the one occupying it. Even if the Germans were to come here and then help us push the front forward, we would still be the ones that occupy it. So it costs them a lot of points in the treaty for them to take this, and I think they'll probably focus on Europe more than likely. So I don't think that'll be an issue. I think we should be able to get control of South Africa without any problems. Of course, the primary reason people wanted me to go with the Ottoman faction is because they're the weaker of the two factions, so it should result in a longer and more challenging campaign. And then with the Central Powers, there's several good arguments to go with them. For instance, our focus tree kind of gears us towards going with their faction. And also it kind of makes sense for us to join them, I think, with the current world situation. And then another interesting point is the fact that, you know, the Central Powers don't really have much of a fleet. I mean, the Central Powers probably have some ships. Germany has maybe 100 ships or so. So not very many compared to us. Austria-Hungary doesn't even have a coastline, so they don't have any ships. Poland, Romania has maybe 30-something ships. But overall, the Central Powers are not a naval faction, so it'd be very easy to control the seas here. And then that leaves the only country really to fight. I mean, if we were to fight the Japanese, which I don't know that we would, I don't see any reason to attack them if we were to go with the Ottoman faction. Probably try and stay out of conflict with Japan in that case. And thus the only naval country we'd be fighting with if we did join the Ottoman faction is the United States. While if we go with the Central Powers, then not only are we going to fight the United States, we're also going to fight Japan and their fleet, which should be pretty large. Yeah, 200-something ships. So not as large as it usually is, but still quite a few ships. So that'll allow us to have an interesting naval conflict over here in the Pacific, which even though we have a lot more ships than Japan does, remember we have a world fleet that needs to be in multiple areas. So they will likely outnumber us here in this theater. So we'll have an interesting naval conflict against Japan. So that was another reason why I think a lot of people wanted me to join the Central Powers. Now, one reason some people thought we should go with the Ottomans is because they were concerned that we wouldn't be able to get into the Central Powers before they declared war on us, since they're not really interested in any of these options here, which might help us. And we can only get like one more point here from increasing opinion. And so we still would be short -18 for asking to join the faction. And so some people were worried that we wouldn't be able to join the Central Powers in time, and that the Ottomans would declare war on us, and then we wouldn't have any faction to join. But I think we should be able to get into their faction pretty quickly. It doesn't mean that we'll do it before they declare war, because they could declare war tomorrow. But we can do it pretty quickly by getting a war goal on either Japan or Russia. Now, it wouldn't work against other countries, so if we were to say try and do South Africa here and just click on any one of these states here, it'd be 130 days, so quite a while. It'd be probably quicker to do it through the focus tree. However, with Japan or Russia, it would only be 20 days to get a war goal on them, which I guess we'd want to go after something closer to us, like Taiwan. So that's what we're going to do. 4 political power, 20 days. And once we declare war on Japan, I think the Central Powers should be willing to let us join. I guess we'll have to wait and see, but we won't have to wait very long. So just to show you what I've done to prepare for this conflict, we built up the Asian fleet. You can see 11 ships heading on over there. I did pull out some of the older ones and put new ones in there. We have another ship going here to get them back up to 10 since they did lose that one destroyer. I think I put another submarine task force over here as well. In addition, I also changed up the admirals that we have here. As you can see, we now have 2 separate fleets. I was talking about doing that anyways, to separate the submarines from the rest of the task force. And I just switched out the Mediterranean admirals and the Asian admirals. So here we now have Somerville and Willis, and over here we have Cunningham. So just basically switch those admirals. I know that Cunningham, you know, he gets that bonus in the shallow sea, and there's no shallow seas here. But there's not really any shallow seas anywhere we're fighting. There's a couple over here. That's why we had him over there. There's a couple over here, but for the most part, there's not very many shallow seas. So he's fine in the Mediterranean, I think. So we've got that done. Built up the fleet some. Also started sending some planes over here as well. So they're on their way. And I believe we're ready to let this play. No, one more thing to do here. We need to deploy these units, which we're just going to deploy all of the ones that can deploy. And they can just train here in this army, which we might want to move them around a little bit so they're not soaking up the supply. So let's go and throw them into like a separate training army here. Oops.
Yes, sir.
And then we'll get them assigned to do the, I suppose we'll do a area defense. Now obviously while they're training they wouldn't be able to actually do much when it comes to defending the ports, since they won't have any organization, but that's fine. So let's go ahead and get them training, and we'll train them only until they're up to the highest level there. Get them kind of moving around. Alright, so 20 days. We also just got the cipher for China, so that was great timing there. But let's just take a look and see what the exact date for this is going to be. That is not the one we're looking at. This one here, 23rd of February. Also, we're probably going to want to do this invasion before Japan is in the war, so we only got about another week or two, and I did just set these guys here to start training, and I added them to the Green Army. Probably not the best option. We might just want to stop them from training for now, because yeah, I don't really want those tanks training anymore. We'll give them like another week of training, see if we can't get them up to the next level. And Germany just declared war on the French Commune, which means we might be able to join the faction without doing this on Japan, which is the best way to do this, honestly. So yeah, let's just go ahead and ask to join their faction, and then we'll just stop the justification here. I don't know if we got that political power back. Probably not. Yeah, I don't think we got it back. It was only 4, so it wasn't really all expensive. And there we go. It ended up working out nicely for us. And so now we're in the Central Powers, and thus we don't actually have to race into the war. Yeah, I suppose we really don't have to. We can do this invasion at our own timing, our own pace. Yeah, I suppose that works out. They'll ask us to join, but we'll just refuse. I think that's the best way to do it. We do have this troop here. We're just going to put them into this army. Let them train up. Alright, so yeah, that'll pull them into the conflict. I don't know how that would impact anything as far as the communists go, because really it's just China, I think. If I'm not mistaken. I don't think there's anybody else that's in the war that we're actually fighting right now. Let me take a look. Is there anybody here? Yeah, well, there are the Central American countries. They're in the war as well. But for the most part, I don't think it's going to have much effect with the Germans joining the communist conflict, which is good because we don't want them to get too many points. But yeah, we're just going to decline joining their wars for now. Let's wait until we're ready to do it. And so now we have a 3-way conflict going. Of course, that communist faction is really just China at this point. However, I would not be surprised if if Mexico ends up getting pulled in, because they are already at war here. So yeah, I think Mexico very well might get pulled into the conflict with us, since they're already fighting the rest of our faction. So I think there's a real chance that they could get pulled in. Now that we're at war with Japan, we should probably get them decrypted. Or we're not at war with Japan, but we will be. Now we've already signed both of our operatives over here. I did that before we even started recording the last episode. So we've been able to get it up kind of high here, but I think we're going to move one of them over to Japan now. I don't know when we're going to end up at war with them, but I think it'll be fairly soon. You maybe have noticed a lot of cuts in this episode. I hope that didn't pull us into the war right there. Let me just double check here. Okay, yeah, it just disappeared as soon as I clicked on it. But yeah, this is likely going to be a shorter episode. I don't know if you've noticed the cuts, but I've got like somebody who's doing like laps. Oh, Belgium has just joined the Commonwealth of Nations. So we could actually invade them from the other side if we were to join the conflict. I don't think we're going to do that. We'll just let them take it, because we wouldn't be able to just join against them. Well, we can't move this gun here. Actually, you know what? Since we're in the Central Powers, we don't need all our troops over here. So we can move this army over to here. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll see how many troops we need once they get there, and then the rest will likely move over to the Asian theater, because we're definitely going to need them over here. Yeah, I got like a guy who's like doing laps around my house on a motorcycle. It's getting really annoying. I've recorded for 22 minutes now, and I bet this video is only a couple minutes long, maybe 4 or 5 minutes long after all the cuts. Germany does want to give us a lease. Yeah, we'll accept that. We need the support equipment. But yeah, I'm maybe, what are we, like maybe 5 minutes into the episode after all these cuts? It's ridiculous, guys. I've never had it quite like this before. He's just doing laps around the house. It's like every minute he drives by my window again. And many of you guys would be like, oh, I haven't heard anything. That's because I cut that out, guys. I always try and cut out those loud vehicle sounds, like loud trucks or emergency vehicles or motorcycles that go by. I'll try and cut them out so you guys don't have to hear them. I bet we probably lost like 10 to 15 minutes of me just waiting for this guy to pass by. So it's unfortunate. So I don't see how this could be a regular length episode with all the cuts I'm going to have to do. But yeah, let's go ahead and use our army experience to add another support company in here. We're going to get... There's a lot of stuff we need, honestly. What do we currently have here? We got logistics, engineer, and the recon. Could do field hospitals. Could also do some anti-tanks. I don't think that's going to be as necessary, because if we're not fighting the Central Powers, then yeah, I don't think tanks are going to be that big of an issue. I almost want to pull out some of those anti-tanks that we put into that other division design. I mean, I guess we can wait to see what we're fighting, but yeah, I don't think we're going to need all those anti-tanks in there now. Kind of changing up you know, what we're going to be doing in the campaign. So we won't need those. So field hospitals, maintenance companies, and signal companies would be the ones we want. Let's go with the field hospitals first, since manpower is always an issue for us as the British. Let's go ahead and do that. That does mean that these guys are going to be further down on the experience, but that's okay. We're not really even waiting on them. We're waiting on these guys here. And there goes that motorcycle there now. I don't think he's by the window, though, because it would be a lot louder if he was by the window. And Italy just joined the Commonwealth of Nations, and they declared war on Austria-Hungary. Well, that's interesting. I'm glad I brought these troops over here. I was going to pull them out, pull a few of them out, but I think we're just going to leave them all over here. And so when we join the war, we'll also be at war with Italy, which means we need a larger Mediterranean fleet than what I have here. I wasn't planning on going to war with them just yet. We could also rotate this fleet here over to the Mediterranean temporarily, just to deal with the Italian fleet and then pull them out. I think that might be what we end up doing, actually. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. All right, so a lot of stuff happening right now. Just trying to wait for these troops to finish up. They're almost done here. They're pretty close. I think that's probably good enough. Let's let them get their organization up now, and then we're going to go ahead and do those invasions. All right, so let's take a look, see what happened here. Are the Mexicans in the war now? Yes, the Mexicans are in the conflict, so they seized British Honduras from us. And we'll be able to start sinking their convoys as well. We'll have to start paying attention to what's happening here in the Caribbean. With Mexico in the war, this might result in the Americans joining. Yeah, that very well could end up happening here. So yeah, war has broken out everywhere. This is what the Central Powers is facing right now. And also, if we go to war with Italy, then we have Ethiopia and the situation here. So that's a problem. We need troops over there. I did forget about this invasion over here, so let's want to get this started. So I believe they should be ready for it. Maybe not. Is there multiple regions here, or do we just not have control of the region? I know I sent ships over there. Let's take a look and see what's going on over here. Yeah, I know they're assigned here. Yeah, they are assigned to go there, but without the submarines being there, because the submarines now have their own zones, we're not able to get control of the region, which is surprising. So what we might have to do to be able to get this done is go ahead and add the submarines over here, just so they can launch this invasion, so we can get them moving elsewhere, because we definitely need them in multiple locations. So we might want, well, we did just get that basic submarine snorkel, but what I was going to say is we might want to go ahead and get our submarines back out there sinking convoys. So we're going to use this research bonus to get the landing craft now. That'd be really helpful with all the invasions we're doing. So remember, we're just waiting for them to get their organization back up, which it looks like they are good to go almost. There we go. All right, fantastic. So let's go ahead and do these invasions, though we won't want to do that one just yet. Yeah, we're going to want to wait to do that one. So let's go ahead and do this one here. That one's not ready anyways. All right, so we're going to do that invasion, see how it goes. Should hopefully be successful. Also, I brought another one of these divisions over to here, to Hong Kong, and we got them training up right now. We did lose a submarine here. The French sunk them. Okay, we might want to put a fighter wing over here then, in that case, although I don't know how effective that's going to be. Yeah, it might not help out that much, honestly. We could just switch this guy over to here, I suppose, for now. Yeah, we'll do that. It's really only going to help. Yeah, I don't know how much it'll help, honestly. Because they don't have very high range, and this is a big old zone. Finland and Qing China just joined both of those wars. I don't know that Finland was in the conflict before. They might have been. I don't recall if they were in it yet. Now, they've been in the Central Powers for some time, but I also want to say they hadn't been pulled in yet. So here's a big battle with the Mexican fleet. I mean, it's big for the Mexicans anyway. You know, they lost 8 of their destroyers. Obviously, against a major power, that wouldn't be a significant engagement. Well, for Mexico, that is. So it's a good thing we have some ships over here so that we can control the Caribbean. And it's one of our smaller fleets overall. So that's right. I wanted to take these guys off of the training and have them do the convoy raiding. I think that would be wise. Let's go and switch them up. We still have ships training here, which I did pull that one battleship out. Let's go and put the carrier over here now. And do we have any cruisers? No, they're all destroyers for the most part. Okay. So just waiting for this one invasion. See if this will be successful. It's 8 troops. They have invasion support. So I think it should be. I don't think we should have any issues here. We could also send a tactical bomber over here, which we have them in the area. Put some tactical bombers over here somewhere. I think we have 2 wings. Here's 100. Yeah, it's only 1 air wing right now. They could actually already reach that. All right, so we'll just leave them here then and get them doing the close air support. So we'll get a little bit of assistance there. I don't think the fighters can reach into this area. Yeah, I don't think they'll be able to reach. So we can't give them any fighter support, unfortunately. And then we also have these fighters here. So could put these guys here and then have them doing the air superiority for now. Just until we get an air base over here in Indochina. So there's the attack. And it does look like we are successful here. We're getting the enemy air superiority bonus. We're getting the shore bombardment. Or I guess they're getting those penalties while we get the air support bonus. And then, of course, we have the support from our fleet here. And so it does look like it'll be successful, though they are sending more troops to try and hold on to that. We do have a decision available. It's just war propaganda. We don't need to be notified of that. But yeah, once we join this conflict, there's going to be a whole bunch of areas that we're going to be fighting in. So we're going to have South Africa, Ethiopia, which, man, I don't know what we're going to do here, guys. Yeah, that's going to be a rough one. Yeah, and then we have to keep these troops here just in case the Ottomans declare war on us. So that's a problem as well. I don't like how many troops we're keeping here. Maybe we'll pull some of them back. Now, when I made this line, I did forget that Iraq was going to be in the war too, since they're in that faction. So that's the reason why I only extended out this way and had to add this one in and build forts there. What I should have done is probably done it up here. It's less provinces, 1 less province, and these are all mountains. It's just this one that wouldn't be. So you could just build the fort in that one location, and then you'll be all right. I guess that's a good fallback line if they start pushing us back. Yeah, we could pull back like the 2, or I guess we have 3 of these. Could pull back 2 of these and put them onto this front over here. I think that might be the best way to go, actually. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And just try and stop them from advancing north too much. Honestly, though, we're probably just going to have to give up on here. I don't see how we're going to... Yeah, I really don't know how we'll be able to fight in all these areas. We just don't have the division numbers. And frankly, Africa is just not as important for us as other regions. So yeah, we'll bring those 2 divisions down there, and that'll help. But overall, we're gonna lose this area here, and this could be a problem because they could cut us off here by grabbing these ports if they advance down this way. So yeah, this could be a serious issue for the troops here. So basically, once these guys are done with their invasion, we're gonna want to put some of them on the Ethiopian front, and just the 2 over here, and won't be able to send any over to Asia as I had intended. Still doing this invasion here. Not quite successful yet, but very close. There we go. All right, so with that, they were bombing us that whole time too. With that, let's go ahead and do the attack across as we intended to do to get this area cut off from the north. We're going to send a division over this way as well, and send... how do we want to do this? Probably just surround that guy there, is what I'm thinking. Have like 3 divisions go up that way, 2 go across the river, and then the remaining division, he can come this way as well. So just try and get around him, is what I'm thinking. So let's go and slow this down now that we're actually back in combat. Go back to speed 3. We did lose another submarine here, unfortunately. I think I have several to replace it, though. So let's just take a look and see where we lost that. We'll just combine these 2 here. And then what I think we're going to do... I suppose we might not want to be... Well, once we go to war with Italy, we'll want to pull these back. For right now, they can train to try and get us more naval experience. To build those cruisers, we need like 50-something naval experience. So, and that's just to get 1 cruiser. And then we can modify that and make some adjustments to it for a little bit less naval experience. But overall, it's a real problem for us right now, is the naval experience. So let's go and send another task force over here. They will not be training. They'll be doing the convoy raiding. And let's go ahead and just kind of rearrange this a little bit. Get them up to the front here with the rest of the level 2s. And then we have another submarine to send over to them. Kind of replace some of those losses in this theater. Alright, so that fleet should be coming back here to support this invasion, which we'll be doing as soon as we have officially cut them off here. And still waiting for these guys. Let's have him go this way. See if we can get there before him. 22 hours compared to 18 hours, so we will get there before him. Excellent. Alright, so let's go and have 1 division go that way, 1 go that way, and 1 go over here. It's kind of fanning out, taking all their territory. And we're going to advance as far as we can up along here. As long as there's nobody there to stop us, we'll keep on pushing forward. Now, taking all this will not be their job. Their job will be to hold the line here. Take this territory and then hold the line. While the invasion that we have going there, that'll be their job to take the south over, those 4 divisions. And they did bomb our fleet a little bit as they came through here, unfortunately. We're going to try and get this air base. Actually, let's go up this way, then have him go up that way. He could advance over here. Still trying to get these guys surrounded if we can. Alright, so that's their capital. We'll have that seized. We're just going to go all the way across here. And then he'll just be taking this territory like so. Any troops that are assigned here will want to get fixed. I don't think we'll be able to change him up just yet. Just got to keep on declining these requests. Unfulfilled import requests. So we're not getting as much oil from the Dutch now, unfortunately, but we're okay on fuel. But let's go ahead and see if there's not anybody else to trade with. Obviously don't want to trade with the United States. Poland, Romania does have a chunk of oil due to the Romanian oil fields, so we'll go and trade with them, which I think we lost. Let me just take a look here. We lost 2 factories worth with them, so let's go ahead and actually trade. Let's get 5 from these guys here. Just try and step up that oil. The fuel production, I should say. Continuing sinking convoys all through here. They're looking horrible on supply now. Let's see if we can't win. We cannot. Not quite. Yeah, that's just not able to do that, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and swing on back over to our offensive here. We can expect that the Chinese will likely be coming here soon. So that's a bit of a concern. I want to try and make as quick a progress as possible. Actually, instead of going that way, let's advance up to here. I think that's the better way to do this. We had good success so far, but we are now seeing some resistance. I want to get up to these mountain provinces at least. It's kind of the goal here. Alright, so these guys are now cut off. Let's get them destroyed. We'll sign them to this one, but let's go ahead and get them destroyed. 2 divisions easily wiped out there. Yeah, so far the offensive is going very well. Alright, so we're in the hills here. We do want to advance as much as possible, but let's take these locations up here. Again, just trying to get the mountain locations for, you know, what I expect will be kind of stymied offensive here. I don't think we'll be able to push as far forward as we'd like. All right, we're going to try and get behind these guys if we can. Obviously, the infantry might not be fast enough to do that. We'll just have to wait and see. I'm going to continue advancing up there, and he's coming over here. Let's have him go this way. Oh, he's going through the mountains. That's obviously not the best unit to do that, but it's okay. All right, so we've won there. Fantastic. This guy's going to go ahead and continue advancing here just to make the southern invasion forces task a little bit easier. All right, so should be able to get behind these 2 divisions here, these Chinese divisions, and then hopefully get them wiped out, though maybe not. Looks like we're facing some resistance now. So we knew they'd eventually get up here, but that has resulted in them pulling back here, which means we could launch an offensive over here soon. I mean, we could probably push forward now if we wanted to. Let me just see if we have any other spare divisions laying around. And what we might want to do is create like a separate army here now as well for the offensive troops, is what I'm thinking. For right now, we could just send what we have here, though. Even take one of these divisions here. Okay, this is what we're going to do. Let's take these 3 and let them train while we wait to do that invasion. That's what we'll do. We do have the political power to do something with the officer corps. However, we're going to go ahead and get the last political advisor instead. Alright, so let's have this guy wrap these 2 provinces up. And I don't think we're going to win there. We are fighting in the mountains, so of course that's not going to work. And we can just let him leave as well. That's the better way to do this. He leaves in about a day here. Alright, so he's advancing up this way. Excellent. He's going to grab those 2 mountain provinces. Again, not the best unit to go into mountain locations. In fact, let's do this differently because he is so slow. And we'll just have him advance down here. I think that's the better way to go about doing this. Rather than have the tanks try and go through the mountains really slow. Not really utilizing the speed that they have. Yeah, lots of convoys being sunk over there. That's fantastic news. And they are behind us. Damn it. Alright. So that's a problem. But maybe we'll be able to get them cut off. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to be able to wait for these guys to get fully trained up here before we send the invasion. Because they have gotten behind us now, so that is an issue. And yeah, we're just going to be vastly outnumbered up on this front here. Alright, so this unit here is not moving forward, so let's go ahead and get him taking some of this mountain territory. He's going to grab that here, and then what we're going to do is have him come over here. And unfortunately, we defeated that unit. That wasn't really what I intended on doing. Luxembourg has been pulled into the conflict against us. Of course, we're not in that conflict, so it's not that big of an issue. Let's go ahead and give planning bonuses. I didn't do that yet. So that would be helpful. And let me see where that tank unit's at. So he's coming up this way. All right, well, that's fine, but let's make sure he gets assigned here. Now, obviously, supply is an issue for these troops. It's not surprising at all. We did get that mountain location, but we need to get back here now because we are in a bad position where we could easily be cut off from supply. Frankly, we just need more troops over here. Now, we do have the airbase. So let's go ahead and make use of that airbase to place some of the fighters, which I want to say we have another fighter wing somewhere. Maybe they're over here. That's the close air support. We also have more strategic bombers over here, which I was going to place here and have them start bombing in probably northern China, is what I'm thinking. So let's have them do the strategic bombing and make sure they're hitting everything that would be helpful for us. I don't really care about ports. Do the dockyards, though. I doubt they have any of this stuff, but yeah, we'll go and bomb all that as well. Alright, excellent. So they'll start doing some strategic bombing for us. And we have a air doctrine available. Okay, let's go and get the next one then, which we have two choices here. Fighter sweeps, which will give us interception mission efficiency, or the dogfighting experience, which gives us air superiority mission efficiency. Both of them get the air wing mission experience gain. We're going to go for the dogfighting. And then after that, we'll be able to get that really good one, increasing the agility of our fighters. Just got to get to the 100 experience again. Alright, so we need to move some fighters over here. I believe we have some sitting in the homeland here. Also, I have some here too, which we can pull from, which I was leaving them there for the just in case we get attacked. Could continue to let those guys train. Let's go and make sure these guys are out here as well. I don't know if there's anything going through the channel, but I pulled them back to save on fuel. Yeah, let's let those fighters keep training and instead move this fighter wing over there. I think that's the better way to do this. There we go. Excellent. So they'll fly over there. That'll take them some time, of course. We could move these fighters too. I didn't realize that we had these fighters sitting here. And I don't think we'd have enough space here though. Alright, so this is what we're going to do. Let's have them move here. Then we'll just switch them over to here. And then we'll move the one that's here over to here. They'll be able to get there quicker. Alright, fantastic. Alright, so the French are still pushing forward here. We're going to grab these locations. Just have to wait to get that one. He can grab it, I suppose. But yeah, definitely in a vulnerable position here with our lack of troops. Let me see how these guys are doing on the training. They're almost there, but yeah, I don't know if we're going to be able to wait for this. Because we could end up having some serious issues along this front here. Let's get that taken, but yeah, they could end up getting behind us. That's a real possibility. Alright, so these guys here should take care of all this for us while he continues to push up that way. Yeah, definitely in a very exposed position here. They're attacking there. They could easily cut us off, so we're going to try and retreat here. Try and connect it with this unit instead. There we go. Fantastic. They can... I guess we can try and defend it. We'll see if they get there first. 1 day and 16 hours compared to 2 days and 17 hours. I don't think this guy would get there in time either. Nah, he wouldn't. Alright, so we'll just come here instead. Or, you know what? Let's actually grab this territory here. And he'll stay there and defend that location. Let's have this guy grab this province here. And yeah, definitely in a risky situation here until we get this invasion force hitting Zygon. Now, these guys are almost done training, so that's why I kind of want to let them wait. Just these two here. Just wait till they get it done. See how our side's doing against the Italians. Looks like they're doing very well. Yeah, very, very well. Supply is an issue for any allied troops that are up along here, but our troops are just fine. We have all these troops here training as well, so we have a lot of divisions to put in other locations. And we might want to get those moved to those locations before we go to war with the Japanese, because then they can sink all our troops, which would be a real issue. Alright, so having some problems there. To make sure we don't get cut off here, we need to seize control of this territory. But you know what? I really don't want to give this up, this mountain province. Yeah, we have all this mountain territory that I want to defend. But yeah, we have to get those troops up there. Alright, well, these guys are trained enough. Let's put them back into this army here. Let them get their organization back up, and then we'll do the invasion of Zygon in the south. So we can try and get that territory wrapped up and focus on defense over here. If there isn't enough troops here, then we'll probably go ahead and attack. I know we're losing the entrenchment when doing this. That's why we're not going to send all the troops. It doesn't look like we can win there, unfortunately. Surprising. They do have air superiority, so that might be the difference maker. Okay, so we'll just stop the attack then. If it's not going to work, it's not going to work. We did get those submarines done, but not enough experience to get anything designed right now. So that's kind of our issue, is a lack of experience. So I suppose we're done with the ships now, aren't we? For right now, anyways. Yeah, we'll get other stuff later. Let's go and get the infantry equipment here. Been meaning to get that. I keep forgetting. We were waiting to get the research bonus, and we did get it. And then we never did anything with it. So yeah, they are losing that attack there. These tanks here coming to try and clean this up a little bit, create a more, better looking front here. And I'm gonna try and cut these guys off here because it's really easy to cut off troops in Indochina. So we're gonna try and make this happen. I have to get there before that other unit, of course. Of course, all that's gonna be irrelevant once we do this attack here, which we're very close to being ready to do. And I did not do anything with these guys, so let's go ahead and get that changed up. We're gonna want to put, I guess, 2 of these divisions. Oh, damn. So 2 of these divisions here over onto this front, and then the other 3 would come over here. See how we would need to do this. You know what? Actually, we'd want to stop them from coming over here and cutting us off. I don't know how well this will work out, but I imagine the Italians are just pumping troops into Ethiopia as they typically do. Really, really foolish on their part. Not the best way to do that. Supply could become a serious issue in Africa for us if we have to fight there a lot. So that's something to consider since we are currently repairing stuff. So yeah, I think it would be good to take a look at the supply situation here. See how bad things are. So we're good up along the Nile here. Is that... Okay, so that's the supply down the river. So you have the supply going down the river. And then that connects with the rails here. Got supply hubs up along here. And supply hubs up along here. And they're all connected by rail too. So you're going to have one issue here. You would need a supply hub in this location. Because yeah, I just don't think they would be able to supply right there. And then up along here, these aren't even connected yet. So that should probably be the first thing we work on doing, is getting it connected to here. Is that the best way to do that? Let's see how we want to do this. Because it's going to go up along the area that we drag the cursor over. It's probably like that would be the most efficient way to do it. Yeah, so we'll get them connected to the supply network. And then we'd need something here, but supply hubs just take so long to build. I don't know that we'd ever get one built in a reasonable amount of time. I mean, we could try, I suppose. Building one right there. And you'd want to probably put that up to the top because it's going to take so long to do. And then you need to connect it by rail. Like so. And then connects down to this rail here. Just make sure it's all connected. Alright, so that looks good. Yeah, we'll have to see how long it takes to get this supply hub done. 11th of August, so no time soon to get that done. But I think it would be necessary to get that built if we end up getting bogged down in Africa, which is a real possibility. We've seen that happen before because the Italians send so many troops there. So it often does become an issue. Let's go and retreat over to here. They're about to cut us off right there. I can see if I can get there before them, but probably not, considering the fact that they're only 1 day and 12 hours away. Yeah, we would not get there in time. So yeah, unfortunately, we're going to lose our very good defensive situation here. Yeah, that's a real shame. There's not much to be done about it, though. We just don't have the troop numbers. Now this guy, once he finishes taking this location, he can move up here and help. But yeah, this is... we're very short on units. Could send another unit from here over to there. I think we will, just to kind of help defend. Send one more over there. Could have sent one of these guys too over there, because we might not need all these, but we don't know how many divisions are going to be down here. So let's go ahead and just leave them in here, and let's start this attack now. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do the Invasion of Zygon. See how well that ends up going. Yeah, I was really surprised that we lost here, but if we don't control the skies, then I guess that makes sense. Yeah, we just don't have enough planes over here to control the skies in either of these two locations. That airbase is too small. So what we might want to do... Let's dip around and see where we got planes first. So we have the close air support here. They're attempting to do some bombing. What do we have over here? We have naval bombers. They're bombing there. We got another 200 close air support here doing naval bombing, so let's go ahead and move them over to here to do some close air support. We will prioritize these two zones as well. Alright, so we've got that done, and is there any other planes here? They can reach over there, so that's just fine. We'll leave them on the close air support. And then we have all the planes that are currently training over here. Yeah, we have a lot of planes training up right now. Except for these guys. These guys are not training. Interesting. I'm not sure what happened there. I did have them training. Let's move them over to here. Just try and get control of the skies here, because that's critically important for us. Alright, so we're going to try and get up around these guys here. We'll see if we can't make that happen. Got to finish up with this defense first, obviously, and then try and cut those troops off there. Got this invasion here going. Looks like it should be successful, because I don't see any troops there. We might not be able to see them yet either. Yeah, hopefully it shouldn't be too difficult there. We're in a very, very vulnerable position here. Let's get the hell out of here, guys. We're also attacking here. Let's not do that. Let's instead go this way and cut that unit off. And this guy here is about to get cut off as well. And there's nothing really to be done about that except for to grab this province here. So let's go ahead and hurry up and do that. Also, we've been defeated here, so we're being pushed back. I do not want to lose that airbase. Again, I don't think there's much we're going to be able to do there. We could take this unit out and throw him over to here to make sure we don't lose that, and just have them defend there for now until we can send more troops. I think that's what we'll do. He would be more use here, I think. Let's go and take a look at the supply situation here. And yeah, it's pretty bad. So what we might want to go ahead and do, because I don't think we have this set up yet. Yeah, we don't. Let's go ahead and change them up to use the highest motorization. Also, he did get the invader trait, so we could get like amphibious. I don't think we'll do either of those, honestly. So yeah, that should help out with the supply here and help the troops do a little bit better in this area. I haven't seized control of those rels there, but there's not really a supply hub here. Let's go and attack there. I don't know if this will be enough. We'll have to wait until this unit gets his organization up a little bit before we can assist there. Still sinking those convoys over here. These are all freight convoys, though, not troop convoys. No invasions over here, which is something we want to pay attention to because the Mexicans might try. They don't have control of the seas, so they wouldn't be able to do that just yet. Let's try this attack here again. That would fail. Of course, we have all these troops over here on the Italian front, and I guess it's helping keeping the Italians, you know, here, but we're not able to take any territory. Now, our side is actually losing in many of these battles here, so they're having trouble in that location. You can see that the faction here is likely getting ready for war. So yeah, with the forts and then control the skies, that might be enough to hold it, but yeah, I really don't know, guys. I really don't know how well that's going to go. Here we did get cut off, unfortunately. So let's go and try and get them reconnected. We'll see if we can't make that happen. This is going to be giving up that airbase, though, which is obviously not desirable. Could try and connect here as well. I just don't know how well that's going to end up working out. I think it's better to just probably attack here. I can try and help out with the defense, but I don't think that would help either. Maybe. That might do the trick to get them to win here. And then they could finish their movement here. That might be the better way to go. We do have these units cut off now. Fantastic, so we'll want to get them destroyed. And we can also support in this attack, try and get that to be a victory. There we go. Excellent. So that looks pretty good. We did finish up this invasion here. I don't know how long they've been sitting here. Hopefully not long. So let's go ahead and see how we want to range the attack here. One should go after the airbase there, while one goes after that victory point there and the port. And then this unit here is going to just go up along the coast, I think, since the rails are up that way. Oops. Damn it. Gonna have to redo all of it. Alright, fantastic. Let's try and get those units there destroyed. Chinese divisions wiped out. They did pull a division back there. We're bringing more over here, but yeah, this is obviously not good. It looks like we will likely get that unit cut off and destroyed because they now have a lot more troops here We do have another unit coming, though. He'll get there in 2 days, so if he can just hold out for 2 days... 2 days and 6 hours... Yeah, we'll just wait for that unit to get there. And then we need to wipe out this unit here. But I don't think we're going to do it just yet. We're going to have to wait until we get a little bit more organization. Yeah, but they're starting to reconnect that, so that's going to be a real problem. This guy should come over to this location. Yeah, just extremely short on the divisions here, guys. I'm really hoping we don't lose that division. They're very, very close. We got 24 hours. So that's clearly not going to work. 24 hours to get connected here. 12 hours now. Come on, you can do it. We're just about to lose here. I don't think it's going to work, guys. I think we're going to lose by like an hour. Oh, we got there. All right, excellent. So that worked out for us. Let's go and attack here, just trying to lock them down temporarily. Let's go ahead and attack across this way as well, try and get that unit wiped out. We are winning here. We've already destroyed one of those divisions. And there are actually troops over here trying to stop us, so let's hurry up and get across here to cut that unit off.
Ready to move.
And we're also getting that port. I think that's key. We probably shouldn't do it the way I've been doing it here, and let's just go this way, because we need to deal with that unit there. Alright, so they do have a lot of troops here. You have both French and Chinese divisions here. The Chinese are really pumping troops into this area, as I expected they would, which is why I wanted to get as much territory as we could. I feel like, I mean, this is in the hills, so that's helpful, but I think we should just get behind the river here. We'll keep this attack going here, just to keep those units locked in temporarily. We want to keep one in the airbase there, but they are coming up behind us, so that's a problem. And then they can cut us off if they take that location. How long do we have here? Yeah, it's a matter of hours, so they'll probably get there. We won't be able to stop that. Alright, so these guys are retreating here. Yeah, but it's definitely a tough fight in this area. We did win there, fantastic. These guys have already gone after the port province. They'll get there in 12 hours, but we did take another port, so we'll have supply here. But obviously that's not good, but there's no way to stop that right now. We're gonna just try and get behind them and hope that they attack somewhere after they take the port, or leave. But we have to get this port here. There we go, fantastic. So that we keep supply, or at least these two keep supply. But we'll be reconnecting them soon here by taking these locations. This guy will probably just go here. Yeah. We'll do it that way. Just make sure that they don't have any supply throughout here, although I doubt they have any supply anyway due to the lack of rails. We did destroy those two units. Fantastic. See how things are going here. They did reconnect this, unfortunately. Damn. Alright, so that's not how I wanted to see that go down. I guess we can grab this territory here real quick. Now we're just trying to create some type of a defensive situation here. And they are attempting to get behind us, so that's obviously not good. So we're going to retreat this guy here and have him attack to try and lock him down. Maybe send this one since he's on the retreat. Let's go and take that location. They're keeping the advance going here, which is going to result in them getting cut off, I think. Yeah, we'll let him go if that's how he wants to do it. Alright, so just trying to keep this unit locked down. We did get the air defense. That was, of course, mainly going to be needed for the Germans. I don't see anybody else bombing us now, so that's not a problem. Can't do the alliance with Germany despite the fact that we're already allied with the Germans. You're not sure why you would need to do that. Okay, yeah, I really should check to see if you're already in a faction with them. Is there some other benefit to it? Half of current democratic support is applied as a stability penalty. Okay. And there's some type of event. The event could do something as well. But the main thing we needed down here is the radar. So let's go and get that. We also got some air experience from that focus. So that'll be helpful, getting those air doctrines. And we continue to have success sinking these convoys here. Yeah, lots of convoys being sunk. Excellent. They didn't send any troops here, but these are troop convoys going in the sea right now. So probably caused a lot of casualties there. Alright, so war going everywhere. We have not joined the conflict against the Commonwealth of Nations just yet. I was trying to wrap up this area here first, and we're going to still try and do that before we join the larger conflict. Of course, there's not really a whole lot we can do besides battling the Japanese fleet there. We also needed to get ready here in Africa, because we clearly were not in a good position here. With the Ethiopia situation and not having enough divisions against South Africa. So that was another thing we needed to do. But you can see that the Central Powers have just been pumping troops over here despite there being no supply for them. And then we have the divisions that would be ready to invade the Italians, so now supplies become a serious issue here. I think we're going to go and tell them that they can't have any of the supply here is what I'm thinking. Go ahead and mark this area as not being for allies. To say no allied supply here, because they're soaking up all the supply. So we're going to say that in all these supply zones. No supply for you. So I think that's it, if I'm not mistaken. You're not seeing anymore. I guess you could pull back here, because they could maybe get supply from there. Yeah, just make it so that they don't get any supply is what I'm thinking. Maybe they'll take off. Hopefully, because yeah, we don't want to have all our divisions impacted by lack of supply, just because our allies are pumping divisions over there. Belgium, of course, will go to the Germans. We're not even going to try and contend there. I don't think it's worth it. We don't need any of these fronts here, so we can delete those real quick. Yeah, we're going to go and take a look at the casualties, see what we've done in this episode, and then we're going to end it. You know, in this conflict, the British-French War, the only one that we're currently in, we have 100% of the total war participation. We've taken 76,000 casualties, 72 of that from the French, 3.6 thousand from China. The French Commune, we've done 1 million casualties against them. So done pretty good, considering the number we've taken. That's a very good ratio. And then with the Mexicans, we killed 9,000. All of those have been in the sea, I think. And then with China, we've killed 118, almost 119,000 for only having lost 3.6 thousand. So absolutely fantastic against China. But again, a lot of that was in the sea. We've been sinking their convoys. We have cut off and destroyed some divisions as well. But yeah, it's been a tough fight over here due to lack of divisions. We knew that was going to be a problem. It's not surprising. But yeah, we're getting things done over here. We also have a lot of army experience that we could use for a variety of things. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy today's episode. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. Do hope to see you on the next one, and thanks for watching.